What's going on, guys? We do a little what's going on.
What's going on?
What's going on? Ryan? What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on, John?
Not much.
John fucking ruined it. He's supposed to say what's going on. That's all right.
It's okay.
It's whatever. Don't John.
I'm
I'll just
a little
fuck up.
slow.
I'll just fuck right off. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Coast to Coast Sports. I am your host, HVT, and to the left of me is baby blue-eyed JW, and behind the scenes with no hat today, mind you. No hat today.
I could imagine someone not wearing a hat.
Who could have thought?
Not
Who could have
me.
thought? Not John, not me. RS behind the scenes. I abbreviate everybody's name. I'm going a little 007 today. I felt like it'd be really cool to add on to it. John, you got anything to say to people before we jump right into it?
I do. I'd like to give us a round of applause. We've now hit 1 year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. We love you.
We're gonna get dressed up. We didn't feel like it.
We didn't feel like it. I wouldn't say we didn't feel
Oh,
like
and
it. I would
happy
say
Ash Wednesday. Happy Ash Wednesday.
happy
To the dust you shall
shall
return.
Clip it. Yes, happy 1 year to us. We have officially been around for a year. Pretty big milestone.
Yeah.
Some highs, some lows, some sideways, some loop-de-loops, some roundabouts,
Definitely some loop-de-loops.
some derailments. Shut up, Palestine.
Shut up, my boys' bells.
We're thinking about you and the other 14 places it seems to have been.
Shout out the Ohio River.
Shout out the Ohio River. Here you're polluted. But yes, very important shout out, John. I appreciate that nonetheless.
Yes.
Ryan, you got anything to say to people before we get started?
I don't know. I really think this is a great time for just Ohio State athletics. Our basketball team's doing great.
Keep chopping.
Women's basketball doing great.
Lights out.
So yeah.
Men's hockey beat Michigan in the First
World
Energy
Classic?
Stadium. Yeah.
Oh,
Or something like
They're
that.
also hot. They've won like 5 of 6 games against Michigan that they'll play this year. So
Yeah, and Ohio State, Michigan, good at the puck on the ice.
yeah, because Michigan was number 4, Ohio State was number 10.
It's like the Big Ten versus I feel like everybody else, like
Yeah, 'cause
Boston College and like Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota's number
Union
2.
What is it? Union? What is that one like?
St. Cloud,
Mount. The only thing I know is Minnesota Duluth.
Boston University
that's-
is good.
Boston Is it Boston University or Boston College?
Both.
That I'm thinking
But-
of.
but
Okay.
Boston University is a real good one.
Yeah, they're fucking good.
Denver University is good at hockey. St. Cloud is in Minnesota. But yeah, Minnesota's number 2 in the country. I know Penn State's like number 7. Ohio State's like 10-ish. Michigan's 4. So they got like 4 top 10 teams.
Yeah, definitely got a good group of people in the Big Ten there. Absolutely just running loose, running rampant. But that's good.
Yeah.
The only thing I gotta say before we jump into it is the St. Mary Magdalene / Trinity basketball season has come to an end.
Nah.
And boy, did we crash and burn. We were 7-2 going into the final game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
We played this team the first time, beat them by 20. Lost by 1.
Ugh, God.
Because we were careless with the ball, threw the ball away, we're not protecting them, and not just playing smart basketball. And also, though, I blame the kids for not listening to their coaches.
Maybe suicides.
No, line drills. But other than that, we go to tournament time. We're 7-3 going to tournament time. We're playing a team. I get there. I'm there early. Our team's most of the time, mostly on time. We start doing our layups. We're getting drills in. We're going. The other team shows up fully with their entire team there, ready to play, maybe 4 minutes before the game starts.
Oh, gosh.
Right? They have 5 kids on the team. We ended up losing to them by 10. And they really only have 4 kids on the team because one kid handling the ball couldn't do it. Like, was scared to dribble, like, couldn't do it. And we lost because we played with no dog. We had no dog in us.
No dog.
Made me so mad. I was so pissed. We were winning 11-9 at halftime. Lost 18-28.
Yeah. Jeez.
Terrible.
It's not good.
So, yeah, our season's officially over. We finished the season 7-4 and, like, 4th place in the tournament and everything. So, real fired up about it, but that's okay. Always next year, I'll never coach basketball again. Book it. Yeah, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about the most important football game ever played every year, the Travis Kelce Bowl and the Jason Kelce Bowl, the Kelce Bowl. And then we're going to talk about the NBA trade deadline and what we see to hope for the back half of this NBA season. John, are you ready to get into it?
I'm ready to get
Let's
into
fucking
it.
get
Let's
into it.
fucking
Ryan,
get
you ready
into
to get
it.
into it?
Oh,
All right. Let's get into
also,
it.
shout out me for winning the pick'em.
Oh, did you win him?
I won the pick'em. Oh, actually, I didn't check. I just assumed I did.
Well,
I mean,
I can tell you this.
I think you're saying there's a chance.
all I
I
needed
can
to
tell
do
you
was
that
win
this-
2 games.
I know for a
All
fact.
right, let me double check and make it.
I know for a fact I came in third. Because I know like 6 of mine didn't hit.
Well, obviously I picked the
Super Bowl.
Eagles.
I got Super Bowl.
Let's look at the fucking old Twitter. You did get the Super Bowl.
But like all my college basketball ones didn't hit.
Shit, I forget who won all these games. The Cavs did beat the Pelicans.
They did.
Did the Lakers beat the Warriors?
Yeah.
Oh,
they
I
did.
think.
Yes, they did.
And Alabama beat Auburn. So yeah, I won.
Yeah, I know you.
All I needed to win was 2 games. So I would need to look back on all those.
Yes,
games.
but no big deal. John came in first.
I did.
Ryan came in second, which I really came in second, but we're not going to tell Ryan that. I came in third.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? If I would have picked
I just
all
think
the
you
correct
tried.
ones,
I mean,
you think I picked all the correct ones?
Yeah,
you think
but-
I'm picking Auburn
you-
over Alabama?
But Ryan was only 1 game behind you. He could have came back. and
He
had
could have,
lost
but I
it.
picked the fucking Chiefs.
I'm just saying, let's not like rule Ryan.
I'm not ruling Ryan out, but like,
Oh, okay. I don't know.
regardless, I finished third. Ryan finished second. John, crown number 2.
Crown number 2.
Crown number 2. John's hot. John's hot.
I'm the best pick.
But that's all right. Let's get right into it.
If I didn't start the season so
That is
bad,
true. He
Dude,
did come
you
back.
were awful. You were awful.
Ryan did come back.
You were awful.
I tried to
You're literally awful.
maneuver John.
You're literally
tried to
dog
get a
water.
lead.
You're dog water. You're trash. 1v1 me.
Kid
And what?
in
Damn it!
Fortnite.
Dead Rising 2.
Uno.
Dead Rising 2?
Yeah.
That's what you pulled out of the hat?
You
I
have
just re-downloaded
Uno,
it.
you
I
dipshit.
did. I love that game.
I don't have dos. I
I don't have
3.
3. Yes, so let's get right into it. Enough
I
bullshit.
don't have Uno. You're fucked up for me. Uno.
I don't have 2. I don't have 3. I don't have 4.
You remember you did that?
Yeah, I know exactly what both of you are
That's what
talking
we're
about.
quoting.
It comes down with the game.
I didn't have it either. I
You have Uno.
I did not have Uno.
Yeah, so let's get into it. The Kelsey Bowls. John, was it everything you wanted and more?
No. I wanted the Eagles to win.
Well, I wanted the Eagles to win too.
I wanted the Eagles to
overall.
win.
I thought it was a really good game.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be remembered for the last play, the penalty, which sucks. But outside of that, it was a really good game. It was back and forth. I would have wished my bets hit.
Yes.
I lost a good amount of money on the Super Bowl.
I also
Told you
lost.
what I say the day after we throw this podcast is that don't bet on the Super Bowl.
I don't care, Ryan.
Yeah, all right, shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna
We're
bet on the Super
We're
Bowl.
gonna bet on the Super Bowl.
I put $100 on the Eagles straight up. They didn't win.
They didn't.
They did not. No.
I didn't know.
Shut the fuck up.
I only had one Super Bowl bet hit, and it was the 2-minute drill will not start exactly on 2 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was exactly 2 minutes.
No, that it was not.
I see what you're
So I hit that, which was a W. Paid me all $30.
Huge dub.
A huge dub there, but all my other ones did not. I can't believe Patrick Mahomes didn't throw for 225 yards. Who would have thought?
Me.
Did you actually not bet that?
No. I wasn't gonna bet that. I bet that when they played the Jags, and ever since then I'm like, I'm not doing this ever again.
Fair enough, touche. Yeah, so that one hurt me, but Juju Smith-Schuster really killed us,
Yeah, he did, and he's a loser.
and he's a loser, TikTok boy. Yeah, so pretty much, I thought the game overall really good. I will say though, I really wish I would have taken every single dollar I had in my bank account. I would have sold my car, taken that money as capital, sold all my baseball cards, football
Mortgage,
cards,
take out a mortgage.
take out a mortgage, and bet Jalen Hurts 3 rushing touchdowns. I wish I would have done that.
Well, he only had 2, so I'm glad you didn't do that.
He had 3 rushing touchdowns.
He had 2. I thought.
He had 3.
I thought he had 2, and then 1 passing.
We'll fact check it. He had 3.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Pretty sure he had 3 rushing
Let
touchdowns.
me check.
Regardless, even if he only had 2, I'll still take 2. He had 3 though. I know for a fact. He had 3. Go ahead, fucking look it. Look it up. Look it up. Fucking look it up. Box score. Box score. Box score. Box score. Box score.
He only had 3.
He had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Shit.
Yeah. So I wish I would have done that. I wonder what that payout would have been.
A lot.
Because I never thought that the most sure bet of the fucking parlay that we did would have been Jalen Hurts rushing anytime touchdown.
I thought it was negative odds, wasn't it?
No, it was plus 100. I just didn't think it'd be the most.
He had the second or third best odds.
Would have been like the most for sure, like one that was going to hit. Like that hit the first drive of the game for them.
I was worried about Juju the entire time. Even
I was worried about it,
even
but
when we
I would.
picked
But if I had to pick the safest bet, I would have picked Travis Kelce touchdown. That's the safest bet. Or Patrick Mahomes.
And
which
well,
we didn't bet on him.
Travis Kelce happened the Chiefs' first drive. Like
Yeah.
it still happened early on. I was worried about obviously Juju. I mean, we were like, "Fuck it, add Juju" when we did it.
The worst part is we were flipping between AJ Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster.
yeah, we were
Should have stuck with AJ Brown.
shoulda woulda coulda.
Come to lose an extra life, so just da back down to your pipe. Ryan, you get yeah. You like that? You like that?
We're off the rails on this podcast.
You like that?
There's no structure at all.
There is structure. Thank you.
Out of the fucking bag.
I caught that. I don't know if you saw it, but you got my reference, though, right?
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
wow.
Thank you. Ryan got it.
That was
But back to it. Our bets didn't hit. It's all right.
I felt small.
It helps. It hurts. It hurts.
It hurts a lot.
But overall, I thought the game was pretty fucking great.
It was a good game.
I thought from start to finish, I really do think that, I don't want to say the turning point because it was so early, but I really think that fumble, that return for a touchdown,
Yeah, that
was
huge.
like a huge pivotal swing because I felt like the Chiefs couldn't get anything going and the Eagles were, no pun intended, flying around everywhere.
And the
It felt like
Chiefs
they were balling.
And the Chiefs couldn't stop them up until that point. That was their first time the
Yeah.
Eagles didn't score,
Mhm.
and it just happened to be a score going the other way. That was pivotal. It really was.
Yeah, I think that Jalen Hurts definitely made the case to win Super Bowl MVP
He was the best player in the game.
without a
He was
doubt.
the best player in the game.
Without a doubt.
You're not going to give it to the loser, but he
I don't
deserved
know.
MVP.
Cocained up or whatever they fucking gave Patrick Mahomes after halftime.
He wasn't hurt. That's fake.
Do you see his eyes and shit?
That was
Like,
fake. He does that every game. That was fake.
Oh,
John's really adamant about it. It's fake. You
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
I don't know. Homie looked like he was on something.
He did it against the Browns 2
4
years
lines
ago.
of Adderall.
Hey,
Patrick Mahomes
some-
limps in every big game I've ever watched him play in. At some point, it's not a coincidence.
Wait, sorry?
this guy.
I said Patrick Mahomes limps in every game every
I'm
big
not
game
saying
I've
he was
watched. him
hurt. I'm saying that there's no shot they didn't give him something like at halftime. Like
Could go
Adderall,
Toradol.
something.
Toradol.
I think he's
Hold John thinks he's soft.
yeah.
Hey, look, if professional Call
I'm
of Duty
saying the
players can
injury
be
was
drug tested for Adderall, I think professional NFL players.
You're not allowed to take Adderall. It's illegal. It's a legal substance in the NFL.
Good. Well, I mean, they should have did mid-game tests.
That's so true.
Retweet. But definitely best player on the field without a doubt. And I truly do believe, I do think that the whole stigma of you can't give the Super Bowl, you can't give the MVP to the team that lost. I don't like it because I don't think it's obviously not true. It would definitely be shitty to go up there and accept the MVP if you lost.
That's what I was gonna say.
But like it's the best player the entire series, entire game, whatever the circumstances are, it should go to the best player on the field. And to me, it was Jalen Hurts, bar none. Same thing with like LeBron in the 2015 finals. He was better than Steph was, or Iguodala. That's what I meant. He was better than Iguodala by light years.
Yeah.
Best player on the court, but he's not going to go up there and accept it. It's just not how the game works. It's how none of those work. And I get it, but I'm not a fan. That's all.
Yeah, if I'm Jalen Hurts, I want to go straight to the locker room anyways. Like I
Yeah.
don't care. Like I just want to go in there and cry. And
Yeah.
whatever I do.
Get all of it out.
Yeah, I can't imagine losing a Super Bowl, especially like that. But I would just want to go straight to the locker room, just not see anybody, and just be by myself pretty much.
Basically just go recap whatever you want. But I will say though, I think Jalen Hurts definitely secured himself of getting a nice little payday
Yeah,
this coming off season.
and he deserves it. I think he's really, there's times where I doubted him at the Eagles. I'll be honest, when they first drafted him.
Yeah.
And ever since, I mean, he's really put it on. The Eagles were the class of the NFC this year. It was them the entire time. It wasn't really anybody else in the picture, really. Vikings for a second, but they're frauds.
Yeah.
Per
Per usual.
usual. So, I mean, I think he deserves the payday. And I
AJ
think,
Brown also thinks he deserves a payday.
and he does. And I think the Eagles are better with him than without him.
100%. And I think that they're going to be back next year. They definitely keep most of the pieces and everybody around them, keep the team healthy. I can see the Eagles definitely giving another run for the NFC because to me the NFC's done nothing but get worse.
Yeah.
I don't think they've gotten any better this so far as the season ended to yesterday. I don't think since the trade deadline, I don't think anybody in the NFC is really knocking on the Eagles' front doorstep.
Nope.
Other than maybe the 49ers.
Maybe. Yeah.
They would be the only team.
Healthy
right
quarterback,
away.
maybe.
Yeah. Or Trey Lance. Who knows what that really looks like as a
Yeah.
full season under his belt. We'll see. But let's give it up. NFL, your
Great
season's done.
script.
Great script. I can't wait for 2023. Hopefully the Colts have a better finish than what they had this year.
I hope the Brownies do too. 'Cause
I hope the Brownies do for you too as well.
Thank you.
I'm rooting just because I like you, John.
Thank you.
I know you'll never root for any of my sports teams.
No, I
but
like the Colts. I like the Colts.
You
I'm
like-
a Colts guy.
You like the Colts, but that's,
I'm a Colts
that's
guy.
all. That's all you'll ever root for me. Ryan,
I was a Peyton Manning kid, growing up. I like Peyton.
everybody was. Ryan, you got anything to say to the NFL season before we let him go?
So the first NFL season I can say that I've actually slightly paid attention to. So,
There you
Is
go,
that because
Ryan.
of fantasy? Is that because of fantasy?
a little bit. Mainly just because of podcasts.
Right there, look at us.
Look at us go. John, you got anything to say to the NFL season before we say goodbye?
At least for this season, fuck you. Your script could have been a little better. You could have made Deshaun Watson be a little better. I mean, we gave up a lot for him.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of worries me seeing how bad he played it towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck you. Also, make the Bengals a little worse next year because I fucking hate the Bengals.
Fucking nerf. They need a nerf.
Yeah. Also, don't let. Yeah. I mean, they're literally back-to-back North champs, literally because the Ravens got hurt. Ravens don't get hurt. Bengals don't even make the Super Bowl last year, and they lose in the first round this year. Just saying.
I don't know how true that is.
It's true.
It's a bunch of what ifs there. I'll give you that. But
Lamar Jackson didn't play, and they still should have lost.
don't disagree with that. But regardless, we can't speak in absolutes. That's fine.
I will.
Only thing I gotta say is I really hope to all get things good and gracious. Whoever we draft, they're damn good. That's all I.
I hope it's Bryce Young. I hope you guys get Bryce Young.
I would rather have CJ. Personally,
I like the Colts. I don't want to root for CJ again.
you can hate him because he played for your team and did nothing but try to win games for you guys and just didn't. You can hate him all you want. I still blame defense for that more than I blame CJ. But regardless of the case there, I'd rather have CJ than Bryce. He's just a bigger quarterback. I don't think small quarterbacks pan out very well.
Speaking of that, did you see his Twitter? So him and Bryce were both at an event. I'll show you the picture of them, and he towers over Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young's only like 5'10", right?
He's listed at 6 foot when I googled him.
I don't think that's really super correct, but regardless, even if it is true or not, yeah, like CJ to me, yeah, that's why I'd rather have CJ. I'd rather just have a bigger quarterback, and it has nothing against Bryce Young. I'll be happy with either of them. I like both of them. It's just
Anthony Richardson. You guys getting Anthony Richardson?
yeah, I'm tired of seeing that talk. Why do people think he's going to be like the third quarterback drafted just because he's big and has
I
an
think
arm?
he might be the first. Something.
Whatever. Regardless, NFL, you're awesome. Can't wait for the draft. We'll be talking about that.
Yeah.
We'll give some pre-draft stuff as it gets closer, and also as the draft ends, we'll give some grades out and stuff like that, like we did last year. But so far, ta-ta for now. NFL. We'll see you in, I think 194 days, 93 days. I know Boston Connor from Pat McAfee show does like the countdown on his Twitter. So
okay. I consider draft NFL.
all right, I'll give you. We'll count after that then.
Yeah.
But for then, we will see you until mañana.
Hasta
Or not-
mañana.
Well, that's tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. Huh? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say?
We segmenting?
What do you say?
Segue?
Yeah, we can segment.
Are we? Because
We
I mean,
do-
we're only doing 2 things.
We
Do
can
you
do.
really
We
wanna
can just. We
segment?
can just raw dog it. You want to raw dog it? Let's fuck it. We'll raw dog it.
Yeah, let's just
Let's do a raw dog. But before we get into the next part, let's shout out our first sponsor, Pete Abilities.
Pete Abilities.
They've got food.
They got the food.
They've got some desserts.
They got the desserts.
They've got some salads.
They got the drinks.
They've got the boy. Do they have the drinks?
They
And
got
they've got
the
the
drinks.
apps. Pete Abilities. I can't say enough good things about them. I could go on for another hour of good things that they have.
We could do a pod on Pete Abilities.
We could do a pod on Pete Abilities. Rumor has it the owner of Pete Abilities may come on the pod.
Really.
Yes, we might have
I'm
the
looking
CEO.
forward to the day.
You're looking for me. I think it's gonna be a delicious treat. But Pete Abilities got nothing else to say about them. They have the pitas.
They got the abilities.
They do got the abilities. You can put anything on a pita. They've got the chicken. You got buffalo chicken, John's personal favorite. You got barbecue chicken. You got chicken tikka masala. You got chicken shawarma. Then you got the gyro with all those sauces. You can put gyro meat on it with any sauce. Personally, I would never put some of the sauces on it, but some people put barbecue on the gyro meat. Can't hate him for it. I bet it's probably good.
It
Just
probably is.
couldn't be me personally. Their homemade sauce, the Bella sauce, is to die for. So make sure you check out our friends at Pita Abilities. John, where are they located?
Fucking Old Hilliard.
Old Hilliard. I don't know if you've heard. There's a Crooked Can building there.
Yeah,
It's called a Crooked Can. I hear they're in it.
They're literally in the Crook.
They're
Can.
literally inside
Old
of it.
Hilliard.
In Old Hilliard, Ohio.
They also got a little food trucks.
They've got some food trucks. Rumor has it a third truck's coming.
Oh, really?
A fourth truck's coming. Rumor has it.
Didn't know that. That's awesome.
Rumor has a fourth truck coming. You didn't hear the breaking news here. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But make sure you check out our friends at Pete Abilities. They're in Old Hilliard, Ohio. They got food trucks, and they also do catering.
They
So
do.
make sure you check them out. They've got the food. It's the best thing ever. Make sure you check them out. We love them. And thank you so much for sponsoring this part of the podcast. John,
Yes.
the round ball going into the round hoop
Yes.
is going on right now.
It is.
Little
All-Star
trade deadline just came and went.
Mm.
All-Star break just came and went.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Trade deadline.
Okay.
Biggest moves. Got to be the Kevin Durant going to the Suns.
Happened the night of our last podcast.
Literally happened, I think, the night of.
Yeah. Right after we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was huge. It did not see that coming.
Did not
I'll be
see that
honest.
coming.
I'll be
Not
honest,
even a
I
little
didn't.
bit.
I did.
I'm also there, right there with you. Suns get TJ Warren, Kevin Durant. TJ Warren, sneaky get, just saying.
Okay.
Nets get Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, another player, Juan Pablo Valette, 2023 first round pick from Phoenix, 2025 first round pick, 2027 first round pick, 2028 first round pick swap, 2028 second round pick from Milwaukee, 2029 first round pick from Phoenix, 2029 second round pick from Milwaukee.
All the picks.
All the picks. So they have a first round. The Nets now have 3 first round picks in 2023. They have a first round pick 23, 25, 27, and then another first round in 29.
Insane.
So basically, they reloaded those first round picks that they all lost when they got Kevin Durant from Golden State. Not Golden State. Yes, Golden State. And Kyrie from Boston. So they basically got a lot of those picks back, which is great. Bucks get Jay Crowder,
Yeah.
which is great because he wasn't even playing for the Suns anyway. He basically just was sitting out. And then the Pacers get George Hill, Serge Ibaka, and Jordan Noraro. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
I think you did a good job there.
And a couple future second-round picks and some cash considerations from the Bucks.
From
From Brooklyn. Huge trade.
Yeah, that was massive.
All right, no big deal. That's definitely going to shake up the West. Suns are on a hot streak right now. Lose their Iron Man. Hasn't missed a single game since like college. But now he's gone to the Nets. Couple games played with the Nets. He had like 45 points against the Heat. Sad day.
Mm-hmm.
Another big trade, right? You got Kyrie Irving. We mentioned last time going to the Mavericks. Helping the Mavericks ball. And they are looking pretty good. Him and Luka the Don are playing pretty good round ball together. And then outside of those two, those are like the two biggest, shakeups of the NBA. I mean, Trailblazers got a few people from. They got a person from the Sixers. They've got a few other pieces: Cam Reddish, Matisse Thybulle. Those are like the big ones. The Knicks got Josh Hart, which he's reunited with Jalen Brunson, his old teammate at Villanova. But I mean, outside of those guys, like I think maybe the Clippers, I guess, would be like my third team that got a crazy kind of shakeup. They got Eric Gordon and they got Mason Plumlee, but they also added Russell Westbrook. After Russell Westbrook got traded to the Jazz, they bought him out. Now Russell Westbrook signs with the Clippers. So now the Clippers get Eric Gordon, Mason Plumlee, and Russell Westbrook in this, NBA trade deadline extravaganza. What do you want to call it? If you include Russell Westbrook in that. And I would say that's probably the biggest. Shakers and movers of this NBA trade deadline, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, those were the biggest ones.
Danny Green back to the Cavs.
Yeah, Danny Green back to the Cavs.
I mean, if we're looking at buyout one, Danny Green got bought out by the Rockets. He's back with the Cavs.
Yeah.
Kevin Love gets bought out by the Cavs.
Sad day.
Huge fan because he signed with the Heat. Love every minute. I literally said not that long ago I wanted Kevin Love to be on the Heat for like the past 4 years.
It's sad.
So I'm a huge fan of that. But I mean, just out of those things right there, like that's pretty much the biggest shakers and movers. I mean, I know that the big one that was kind of up in the air was the Warriors trading James Wiseman to the Pistons.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one coming because I felt like they put a lot of stock in this kid and just didn't pan out. But the Warriors got back Gary Payton, who left last year.
Yeah.
And then the Hawks got Sakwiti Bey, which sneaky get for them. And then the Blazers got Kevin Knox and 5 second-round picks. The amount of second-round draft picks that were thrown around like they were fucking candy this trade deadline, it's like baseball teams just signing people for $300 million contracts. I feel like everybody's got it.
Yeah. Also, Pat Bev. I feel like that was the biggest trade.
Stop it right now. So Pat Bev get bought out by or Magic, and now he signs with the Bulls.
He's on the
Which
Bulls.
is weird. Why? Because Lonzo's not coming back?
Pat Bev, baby. Pat Bev.
I mean, the Bulls aren't winning anything, so I think that's kind of a weird just trade in general. But this
Bamba moved.
Bamba went to the Lakers with Davon Reed
And
a second round
D'Angelo
pick.
Russell.
D'Angelo Russell got to the Lakers as well. We mentioned that I think during our pod last week.
Did we?
Yeah, we were like, this trade just happened. Like, oh, that's kind of crazy.
Oh,
Lakers
you're
are
right.
ones to
You're
kinda
right.
get
You're
it up.
right. You're right.
Clippers got Bones Highland, who's very good at very young guy that I think could be really good. But Jared Vanderbilt and D'Angelo Russell, Lakers got from the Timberwolves, and Jazz, that little 3-team deal there. So that would be, that's kind of like an interesting little thing to keep an eye on for. But that's pretty much, like I said, the Heat, the biggest trade deadlines that kind of gone off these past, 2 weeks or something like that. So I think it's been a very successful trade deadline for a lot of teams. You're either basically solidifying that, hey, we're going to be stuck where we are for the rest of this year, and we're just going to mail it in. I think the Bulls, Raptors, and I think it was the Bulls and the Raptors for sure are, I think, the only 2 teams that didn't trade anybody and didn't make any moves. There's 3 teams that did. The third one's escaping me.
Got Pat Bev now.
They didn't trade for him though.
Okay.
They just he got bought out and they just signed him.
Gotcha.
So it's like the 3 teams that didn't make a trade were like, I think the Cavs. Cavs were the third team.
Yeah, Cavs didn't make a trade.
Cavs didn't make a trade. It was Cavs, Bulls, and Raptors were the 3 teams that didn't make any trades, which I was kind of surprised by that. The Heat really didn't make any. We just traded Dwayne Dedmon to the Spurs for cash consideration. So
Yeah, but there's a lot of teams that just did like that.
yeah. So, but I wouldn't really count that either. But either way, how do you feel about your team after All-Star break and the trade deadline?
I'll be honest, a little worse. I know Danny Green was a good pickup. I will say that. But losing Kevin Love, I know he wasn't playing all the time, but he's a good guy to have in the locker room, especially with all these young guys. And you wanted to see where the season went, and what kind of run they can really go on, what their full potential is.
Mhm.
And I think Kevin Love would have helped those guys reach their full potential. Maybe they still make a run, but I don't know. I feel like it's less likely now that Kevin Love's gone.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Heat getting Kevin Love. Obviously, I love every minute of that.
Yeah.
Been wanting him for the past 3 or 4 years. The thing I will say is I think it's a tremendous loss for the Cavs.
Even just as a
The
locker room guy.
Cavs now most tenured veteran is Cedi Osman.
Yeah.
Right.
Legend, though.
Legend. He also now has the most playoff experience. That's not good.
No.
I think Kevin Love would have been a huge person to have in the locker room, like you said, that can help these young guys when it comes to playoff time, comes to big important games, basically get through the crap, get through all the noise, figure out how to play good basketball together, and wrap up the season, I think, really well in a fashion. And losing him, I think, is definitely hurting more than it is helping.
For sure.
And worst comes to worst, I mean, maybe he asked for it because it was a contract buyout.
Yeah,
He could ask
he
for it.
He did.
The Cavs could have said, hey, we respect the shit out of you. We love everything you've done for this organization. We're buying you out so we can free up this roster spot for whomstever. Maybe it was Danny Green. I don't know. And then they just go from there. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. But either way, I'm happy the Heat got better, I think, from it. But, I mean, the Heat didn't trade anybody. We picked up Cody Zeller and Kevin Love off of contract buyout. So I'll be interested to see how those turn out for us. I think that the Suns got better clearly.
For sure.
But I think the Nets got really a lot better. I think that team's going to be sneakily good in the playoffs this year because they're going to make the playoffs unless something tragic happens here. But I think the Nets are going to be sneakily good in the playoffs this year, so look out for them. But I think the East got significantly worse.
Yeah.
This past 2 weeks.
I don't-
Between Kyrie and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I'm not fully on your Nets. I like the trades that the Nets made, but I don't think they're better. Like, I don't think they'll make a run this year.
I think they're better only because now you don't have to worry about Kyrie Irving and anything that's going on with him, personal life and playing life. Then you don't have to worry about Kevin Durant's kind of injury bugs that he seems to always have every year. Not like he's missing multiple, weeks and months at a time, but he was literally injured when he got traded. Like, he hadn't been playing for like a week or two. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. And I just feel like he requested for a trade before the season started. Kyrie Irving requested for a trade during the season, before the season, and then now trade deadline. James Harden, like, there's just been so much drama in that locker room and so much drama just in general. They've got all the drama out now. Now you have guys that potentially could just be a good, solid group that can work. I don't think this team's going to win a championship by any stretch of the imagination, but I think they got better from what they've been dealing with.
I think they get bounced in the first round. It depends on who they play, obviously, but I still think they lose.
Yeah, I mean, if they play the Celtics first round, I'm taking the Celtics. But if I think that they play I think they could give the Cavs a run for their money. I think they could definitely give the Heat the run for their money. No doubt about it.
I don't think they'd play the
Give
Heat.
the Knicks run for the money. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I think they could beat the
Pretty
Knicks.
much.
But they wouldn't play the Knicks or the Heat.
To me, in the East, the only two teams that you really have to worry about are the Bucks and the Suns.
Or you mean
Sixers are a good team, very good team, but I don't know if the Sixers in a 7-game series beat the Bucks or the Celtics.
Yeah.
But I think those are the three teams, if any, at the time. I love the Heat Cavs. I think the Cavs are a very good team, but like I said, that youth is going to come back. I think it maybe hurt them. But I think that the Mavericks will be really interesting. You have the person that scores the most points in the first quarter and the person that scores the most points in the fourth quarter now on the same team, so that helps. But you have two of the highest ISO percentage users in the NBA on the same team, so that also kind of hurts potentially. But all you need to do is just bowl out for these 3-4 months, and if they win a championship, who cares? But West definitely gets better. Transition to my second question. What storyline do you think will be the best, or what's the thing that you're looking forward to the most this back half of this NBA season? I'll go first, if you don't mind. I feel like we do like 2 or 3. My first one is watching the Lakers. They're awful.
Yeah.
Right? But if we look at the standings, which, John, do you mind if I pull up the standings?
Go right ahead, my computer's dead.
I'm going to pull up the standings. We're going to do a little standings pull up, okay? If you look at the NBA standings, okay, you will see that the Lakers are only outside of the play-in game by 2 games, okay? 3, maybe. There's 20 some odd games left. They added a bunch of new pieces that can help them shooting-wise and defensive-wise. Anthony Davis stays healthy and LeBron can stay healthy and still play at the level that he's playing at. If the Lakers make it as at least a 7 seed, look out for the Lakers to make some noise in the playoffs. I think them making the playoff push is one of my more fascinating storylines the rest for this NBA because of how bad they were to start this year and how bad they were last year. And I don't like not seeing LeBron in the playoffs. I'd like to see the best players in the playoffs consistently, even when bad teams like. I really, really, really like Orlando Magic. Love them. Love a lot of the players on the teams. And they're not going to make the playoffs this year probably. And that sucks because I like to see some good players making the playoffs. Same thing with like the Raptors. If the Raptors don't make it, like Siakam, very good. Fred VanVleet, very good. OG Anunoby, very good. Scotty Barnes, very good. I want to see them in the playoffs. They might not make it, but I'd like to see them. Same thing with the Pacers too. Like sneakily good teams like that. I want to see the Lakers make it. I want to see Anthony Davis, and I want to see LeBron in the playoffs. I want to see the best players make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to be one interesting storyline to kind of follow as the season goes on.
Yeah.
The rest of the season goes on.
One storyline I'm looking forward to, I think I'm interested in the battle between the Cavs and the Sixers for the 3 seed. The Cavs are currently 2 games behind the Sixers, virtually 2.5 because the Sixers now have the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Cavs have a way easier schedule than the Sixers going forward. I believe the Cavs have the third or fourth easiest. So I think those two will battle for that 3 seed. Maybe it ends up getting to the Bucks, but I don't think so. But I'm interested to see who finishes third, who finishes fourth.
Yeah. Another storyline that I'm really interested in, I kind of already touched base on it, is the new looking Clippers. The Clippers got rid of some of their, role players, Reggie Jackson being one of them. I think them getting Bones Highland, Mason Plumlee, and now Russell Westbrook on their team, it'll be very interesting to see how that power dynamic is, because when it comes to playoff time, Kawhi's obviously going to suit up like all the time. He's going to play all these games and not do this load management thing. And I think that he's going to be more ball dominant and want the ball in his hands. And I'll be curious to see how well Russell Westbrook moves on from the baggage that he had at the Lakers to basically playing in the same arena with the same fans that can still show up and boo him or cheer for him. It'll be an interesting storyline to see how well they do. I mean, right now they're the 4 seed in the West. I mean, do they close the gap on this 2 seed? I don't know. Do they close the gap on the 1 seed? I doubt it because the Nuggets are very good. But that's kind of another thing I'm kind of interested to see how the rest of the season plays out.
Yeah. Second thing I'm interested to see how the Kings finish. I
love it.
I love the Kings. I want to see them kind of hold on to a top 4 seed here. Currently the 3 seed. I think they can. They got their doubters for sure.
No doubt. They got their haters.
But I would like to see them finish at a 3 or 4. So I think how the Kings finish, I think, will be interesting to me.
And then the last thing that I'm interested in, will Jokic be our first 3-time MVP in a row since Larry Legend? LeBron definitely should have won it what was it, that 2012 or 20, like the 2 years he was with the Cavs.
2013 or 2012.
2000, no, it was like 2011. It was like 2011.
Well, I'm saying 2011, 2012, whenever he went to the Heat that first year, up until probably 2016.
No, I'm saying the year before he went to the Heat because he won MVP the year before he went to the Heat.
Okay, so the year before he went to the Heat, up until probably 2016, aside from, I don't know, didn't Steph win that 2015 MVP or something like that?
Yeah, unanimous. 2016, I think, was unanimous.
Okay, so I guess 2015. From 2010 or whatever it was, he won that MVP before he went to the Heat, all the way up before Steph won it. He should have won it every year.
Don't disagree. Actually, no, Ryan, I don't disagree. I completely agree. Some would say.
There you go.
But I think it'd be interesting to see because he's still crushing every advanced stat that we have. He's got one of the highest win shares in the NBA. He's the best player on the best team in the West. It's kind of hard not to pick him, and he's averaging a triple-double right now.
Yeah.
So it'd be really interesting to see. Giannis is coming on very, very strong. Joel Embiid balling. It'll be very interesting to see. Jason Tatum's going to be up there as well to see how that season ends out for him. I'm kind of rooting for him. I really want to see the 3-time go to the same guy. So we'll see here. That is the last exciting thing I have to say.
I'm interested to see who finishes with the better record. Kyrie or Kevin Durant?
Ooh, just like them straight up?
Yeah, I mean, I believe the Mavs are they're only a game behind? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm interested to see who gets the 5 seed there. Or better. I'm finished because I assume they're going to play each other again. I don't know the schedule off the top of my head. I know they're in different divisions, but I'm interested to see who brings a bigger impact to their new team.
Yeah, I would say that the Suns are probably going to finish with a better record just because their team's better.
I agree.
Like depth-wise, but
they could push. Mavs could push.
It'll be definitely like a little fun little race towards the end here.
Don't the Mavs have one of the easier schedules too? Could be wrong.
I don't know that off the top of my head. But I do know that is a fun storyline. That's like a sneaky one, John. I like that.
Thank you.
I fuck with that one a lot. But that pretty much does everything with our NBA talk as of right now. We're coming out of the All-Star break, so NBA is picking back up. Look out for the Boston Celtics continue being the best team in the NBA, 42-17 versus the Denver Nuggets, who are right behind them at 41-18, and the Bucks 41-17 as well. So
I had the over in the All-Star game, easiest hit of my life.
Did you really?
It was 325. It hit like early fourth.
Yeah, had to have easy win there. But that's pretty much all we have for you today on this episode of Coast to Coast Sports. John, you got anything to say to people before we let them go?
Happy 1 year.
Happy 1 year to all those that celebrate. I celebrate.
You should too.
Brian, you got anything to say to people before we let them go?
I don't know.
Shout out to Kentucky.
Quite good quarterback.
He
Colt
is. He
McCoy,
is.
He is a good quarterback. You can't be a professional athlete for like a decade without being good at your job.
I don't know. Chad Henne did it.
Still. Only thing I gotta say, you smell it? Baseball's coming.
Oh, I smell that son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Spring training and the World Baseball Classics coming
2
up.
weeks away.
2 weeks.
Catch John and I in Miami.
Shout out to golf over the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
no, not shout out to golf. Homa didn't win.
Yeah. Fuck
Oh,
off.
are you home guy?
I like to see any of the Americans win. I like John Rahm just because I think he's a good guy and he's obviously really good at the small ball. But I want any American to win the tournaments and stuff. If I don't have a dog in the fight, I was rooting for Tiger the entire time, but
Of course.
Tiger's my guy.
But yeah, shout out. I think the Players is coming up pretty soon, and then the Masters.
Yeah, players. Where's that at?
TPC Sawgrass. It's
Cool.
in
Where's that at?
Arizona, maybe, or Florida.
No way, it's in Arizona.
It's in
the
Florida.
Waste Management's in
Florida.
Arizona.
Florida.
Where's it? Augusta, Georgia?
Yeah, they're going on their Florida
Gotcha.
So they have like schedules where they go like to certain courses in like one state or one area.
Mm.
So they were in like Hawaii for like 3 weeks. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
And then they were in California for a while, and then obviously they ventured over to Arizona in the desert. And then they went back to California this past week outside of LA. And then they're going to, gosh, what is next week's tournament? I can't remember. But then they're going to be going to Florida the next couple weeks. So.
Well, let's fucking do it right. Shout out
Do
golf,
it
right?
Shout out golf.
John is officially getting into it.
I am. I'm about
I
to get
think
into
it's a
it.
great year to get into golf because
That
Yeah,
Netflix stock dropped too.
yeah, I know. I've been meaning to watch that. This is a good year to get into golf because there's so many players that can win. Yeah, John Rahm's been popping off a little recently, but I mean, Homa's already won twice this year. John Rahm's already won 3 times this year.
McIlroy's a
won-
dog.
McIlroy's won
Dog.
twice this year.
Dog. Speed.
So, Speed, he's not won this year, but he's.
I'm just saying he's still a dog.
I got PGA 2K 20 or 19 for free on the PlayStation Store like a year ago.
Yeah.
Might play that when I get home.
I have everybody's golf. It's like a child's game, but it's a lot of fun. I love it.
I got Mario Golf for the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, Mario Golf, my fucking place. All right, let's get you out of here. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Be a friend, tell a friend. We love them. Happy 1 year to us. Look at us
Happy 1
studs.
year.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Nah,
Not me.
Not me.
Not me. All right, we'll catch you all next week. Appreciate you hanging out. Peace.
Peace.